Hello, in this video I'm gonna talk about and explain a little bit of our code. We made a program in Racket that has two main functions. The first function is that it's a Python syntax highlighter that generates HTML with colored code. And the second function is that it's a small Python interpreter capable of evaluating basic expressions, variables, print statements, and user-defined functions. Now for the code, we organized it into several sections to keep it easy to read. First, we define the language elements that the highlighter will recognize. Here we have the reserved words, the operators, the symbols, and the comment. Next, in the file configuration, we define the input files and the output files. Next, we have functions for reading and writing into these input and output files. And for the text processing, here we created a bunch of little helper functions that identify indentation, comments, and token boundaries. Here with this words function, it performs tokenization and it converts each line into a list of tokens while handling operators, symbols, and multi-character operators such as the double asterisk and the double equals. Once the code is tokenized, we use this token type function that classifies each token as a reserved word, operator, symbol, or comment or number or identifier. Once the code is tokenized, we use this token to HTML class function to put it into a span element with its respective class. Then we use some functions to put this element into the bigger HTML body, and that's how we create the HTML. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the interpreter and how it works. To store variables, we use an environment that keeps a pair of variables and values with this lookup variable, a function. We find the name of the function in the environment and we return the respective value. With this update environment, we can add or update any variable. Now for expression evaluation, we implemented a recursive parser. We separated the parser into multiple levels according to the operator precedence, PEMDAS. Here we can see some functions, some important functions. This parse factor function is responsible for handling numbers, variables, strings, function calls, or parenthesized expressions. Then we have this parse power function that is responsible for parsing exponentiation. Then the parse term function handles multiplication, division, and modulus operation. And then this parse expression is responsible for adding and subtracting. We also added functionality for user-defined functions, and how it works is basically we collect the name of the function, the parameters of the function, and the body of the function, and put them in a function environment, in a nested list. And when we want to evaluate the function, we just use the name of the function, look it up in the function environment, which is the list, and get the body of the function and evaluate it as we have with the other functions. And finally, in the main program, we just do the final steps. We source the lines, we convert them to HTML, and we write the HTML to the output file. Then we do the evaluation with this evaluate lines function, which just sources the lines and evaluates them using all the functions, and it writes the results onto an evaluation output file. And how it works, I'm gonna show a demonstration. Here we can see the Python file. This program form, we have some variables, some operators, and some print statements. Now we do the racket. We do the racket file. It creates an output HTML and an evaluation output.txt. Here we can see that we have the output HTML, and here it is. As you can see, it highlights all the operators, functions, and comments. And for the evaluation, we have all the evaluations of the program, the results of the program. We can see some result is equal to 15, subtraction result is equal to 5, and so on. Thank you.